going on? Jeff Hardy, the charismatic enigma here, and you are watching the Common Sense Ain't Common podcast.
Bitch, I'm that damn good. Smoking on some good, some Rosie on the wood. Standing on the shit so you can get it understood. It's pedigree in me because I'm that damn good. Bitch, I'm that damn good. Bitch, I'm that damn good. Smoking on some good, something Rosie on the wood. And bitch, I got the belt so you just get it understood. It's pedigree in me because I'm that damn good. Bitch, I'm that damn good. Big ol' fire, I'm turning. Big ol' wood, I'm burning.
Big ol',
I'm yearning.
big ol', I put her in. Plus you know, I'm about to give it that weight. Yeah, she ain't living like China. I run her straight to referee. I put a ring on the Stephanie. Me and the team is building a legacy, winning the gold separately.
You couldn't find a stain.
Bitch, I'm
that damn good. Smoking on some.
Yay, yo! Yo, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 28. I believe it's episode 28, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 28 of the Common Sense Ain't Common podcast. Of course, I am your host, the illustrious, your role model, the blueprint, Dame Don. We're just going to switch it up. We're just going to be all of those things. And on this episode, we will be giving you our Elimination Chamber predictions. This is going to be a great show in Saudi Arabia. Before we get into the predictions, of course, we are going to do our weekly wrestling events. Just discuss what happened during the week, the news. There's a lot of crazy stuff that's happened. There's a lot of big announcement that's happened. First, before I start that, look at my mug. Do you see the official Common Sense Ain't Common mug? These will be available for purchase soon. I don't really know how soon. I honestly don't know, but they will be available for purchase soon. Let's get started with the before we get started. But before we do so, please follow me on my social sites. At Don Life with 2 N's and 2 E's is the Instagram, and the Twitter is just at Dame Don. That is where you will find the most updated information about the podcast. Shout out to all of you for following us and subscribing. We have officially hit 500 subscribers. Shout out to each and every last one of y'all. It's definitely, I was literally like sweating bullets, like, I'm just so happy we got this done. We moving closer and closer to the 1,000 subscribers. I was really stressing this 500. I was really stressing it. Shout out to Snapchat. I really went in and I just DM'd the link to everybody on Snapchat. And they all subscribed. So shout out to all of y'all for subscribing. Don't subscribe. Don't unsubscribe. Stay right here. We are just getting started. I promise you. Let's keep the good news just a-flowing, and we're just going to start by saying, pack your bags, ladies and gentlemen. The Common Sense Ain't Common podcast is headed to... Are you ready? Give me a drum roll. Production. The Common Sense Ain't Common podcast is headed to Wrestlemania. I cannot believe I am going to Wrestlemania night 1 and night 2. Like, I just honestly can't believe this. I literally just left the Royal Rumble not long ago. I just went to SummerSlam not long ago. So, like, I'm just over the moon that I'm going to WrestleMania. And I really just felt like this was the year that I had to go. Like, I just kept thinking about it. I was literally waking up in the morning thinking, like, how am I going to get to WrestleMania? And really the real dilemma is I'm supposed to be moving a month after WrestleMania. That's the real dilemma. I'm like, how am I going to go to WrestleMania and move at the same time? But by the grace of God, we are going to make it happen, and we are headed to the WrestleMania. And I'm just extremely excited. The Hall of Fame has just been announced. NXT Stand and Deliver is the same night as WrestleMania Night 1. Like, this is just a lot. And then the Smackdown after WrestleMania, the first Smackdown of the year, is here in my hometown. So I'll be going to WrestleMania and then coming back And going to SmackDown, I'm not even going to lie to you. I am genuinely concerned as to how I'm going to get through this. When I left the Royal Rumble, I didn't have a voice. The Royal Rumble was on Saturday. I didn't have a voice until like Thursday. So I'm really concerned as to how I'm going to go to WrestleMania Night 1 and WrestleMania Night 2, then fly back and go to fucking SmackDown. Like, I'm gonna need like a 2-3 week recovery process. Like, I'm gonna need a recovery spa or something. I don't know. But then the night after WrestleMania, it was just, the night after SmackDown here, it was just announced this morning that the Hardys are actually doing a meet and greet here. So I just feel like that would just be a to be continued if I can meet Jeff. And have Jeff, maybe do something for the podcast. Maybe have Matt do something for the podcast. There is just a lot going on. And the whole time, I'm still trying to fucking move. But we are headed to WrestleMania. I am so excited. I couldn't be more excited. I just wanted to start the podcast by saying, we're going to WrestleMania. Pack your fucking bags. Cody Rhodes is no longer in AEW. Let's just start with the hottest topic throughout the week, because there was actually some really hot news that dropped this morning that kind of blew this out the water. But let's talk about the hottest topic this week of Cody Rhodes leaving AEW. And I'm not honestly sure if this is a work. I'm not sure if this is just a way for fans to cheer Cody, because all of a sudden everybody loves Cody Rhodes. 2 weeks ago, everybody was booing Cody, turn Cody heel. Why isn't Cody heel? We hate Cody. Now that he's left AEW, oh, I can't believe Cody left. I can't believe Cody has betrayed AEW. Oh, Cody's going to go back to WWE and be Stardust. Oh, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, da-da-da-da. Like, I thought you guys didn't even like Cody Rhodes. So where's all this energy coming from? I thought nobody even liked Cody Rhodes. I guess they were saying that when Daniel Bryan and CM Punk came in, that kind of took away his top guy leverage of, oh, you need me, so pay me. That kind of took away his top guy leverage because, when you get names like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk on the card, Cody Rhodes kind of automatically becomes like in the same position where he was in WWE, almost like that mid-card level. So he was kind of pissed off about that, and he wasn't really able to be in booking control and things of that nature. So I guess that kind of help shift his position, help shift his mind into not going or staying with AEW. Word came out a while ago that his contract had expired, and I said that was bullshit too. I'm still like 50-50 on this story, because the more I read, I do kind of believe it, but at the same time, I just kind of feel like there's no way. I just feel like this will be very much a situation of like, I will have to see it to believe it. Like when everybody was saying, oh, Daniel Bryan's going to AEW, Daniel Bryan's going to AEW. I sat here and said it until I was blue in the face. He's not going to AEW, he's not going to AEW, and then he walked through the fucking curtain on AEW. So this will very much be a situation of I will believe it when I see it. Some other hot news this week, Stone Cold is potentially on his way back to the ring to face Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. And if this is true, I couldn't have picked a better year to go to WrestleMania. Like honestly, I truly couldn't have picked a better year to go to WrestleMania if this is the case. I hope Austin is really healthy. I hope he's able to go. I'm not really sure what the point of this match will be besides Kevin Owens talking about Texas and the whole Stunner versus Stunner thing. That's the only like connection I have with this match. Otherwise, it really kind of makes no sense. But I'm just happy to have Stone Cold come back in a match in some form, in some capacity. If you all have not watched the Brock Lesnar interview with Pat McAfee, I strongly, strongly, strongly encourage all of you to go watch that interview. It really showed like a human side of Brock. Brock is actually a lot funnier than I expected him to be. Like, he has a really good sense of humor. He has an awesome fucking Austin impression. I just really wasn't expecting Brock to come in and have like a human side, I guess. He talked about how he doesn't really like big crowds. Big crowds give him anxiety. He's also been on the keto diet for like 8 years. I thought that was really interesting, seeing as I tried keto and failed miserably. He said he's been on keto for like the past 8 years. It was just a really, really good interview. I definitely think you guys should go and check that out and just kind of look at a different side of Brock Lesnar. Speaking of Brock Lesnar will be making his debut Elimination Chamber match this this Saturday, tomorrow. And Brock Lesnar has pretty much won every debut match he's had. King of the Ring, his Raw debut, the Royal Rumble. There was more. King of the Ring, Royal Rumble. I don't remember, but there's a shitload. Like, he's just won all of his debut matches, and I almost feel like Lesnar is going to win this Elimination Chamber. I almost feel like if Lesnar's not going to win this chamber, they wouldn't have put him in it. So I definitely see Lesnar possibly going over, but we'll get into that more later in the match. But Brock Lesnar is like the king of debuts, so we'll definitely see where this goes. Rest in peace to 205 Live. 205 Live has officially been dissipated and will be replaced by NXT Level Up. And I guess this is just a part of the more changing of the guard that they're doing. And they're just kind of getting rid of all of the old shit. I guess that's just kind of what it is, what's going on. And they're just kind of, maybe they're in a phase of out with the old, in with the new. But in my opinion, they're kind of changing a lot of things that didn't need to be changed. But a lot of people genuinely wasn't watching 205 Live anyway. So I know a lot of people are saying, rest in peace 205 Live. It's a shame 205 Live is, canceled. But nobody was really watching 205 Live. So it's like people don't care about shit until it's actually gone. And then once it's gone, it's like, oh, why did they take it away? Oh, why did he leave the company? Like, you didn't like him. You didn't care. Why do you care now? Alexa Bliss is the last member in the Elimination Chamber, so that leaves no Asuka. I did say last week my prediction was Asuka being in the Elimination Chamber, and she's not there, so I'm still a little confused as to where Asuka is. She was previously just cleared to return to the ring right before the Royal Rumble, but I guess something happened with the Royal Rumble, and then I just read actually a little bit before I started recording that she's still recovering from shoulder surgery, and they're trying to have her back by WrestleMania, but it's no guarantee. So I'm not really sure what the hell is going on with Asuka. I'm not sure if she's cleared, if she's not cleared. I'm just really not sure what the hell is going on with Asuka. WrestleMania Backlash has officially been confirmed for May 8th. They are bringing back WrestleMania Backlash. It won't be as soon as like the SummerSlam Backlash was, because that was like literally the week after. But they are bringing that back, and I do kind of like the name because it kind of gives you like the continuation of what happened at Backlash. So I do kind of appreciate that they are bringing that back. Another pay-per-view that they'll be bringing back is Saturday Night's Main Event. Is scheduled to return April 23rd. I was always a really big fan of Saturday Night Main Event. I was actually just really thinking about this pay-per-view not long ago, and then they just announced this today, so I'm really excited about Saturday Night's Main Event. I feel like it's not as exciting anymore because Saturday pay-per-views are kind of the norm now. But back in the day when you got that Saturday pay-per-view, that was amazing. Like, that was really amazing. Undertaker has officially been announced as the first inductee into the WWE 2022 Hall of Fame. Thank you, Taker. Thank you, Taker. I know a lot of people are saying that Kane has to induct Undertaker, and I definitely see Kane inducting Undertaker. Either Kane or Vince himself. Vince and Taker have like this really strong, weird relationship. Taker was able to get Vince to do an interview, and Vince doesn't do interviews, and he was able to get Vince to sit down and do that documentary. So they definitely have a really strong behind-the-scenes relationship. So I definitely see either Vince or Kane inducting Undertaker into the 2022 Hall of Fame. Congratulations to the Undertaker. I was actually going to get tickets to the Hall of Fame, but you can only buy tickets with like a Raw ticket or a SmackDown ticket, and I'm not going to Raw and I'm not going to SmackDown before or after WrestleMania because I just simply told you I don't even know how I'm going to get through the 2 days of WrestleMania. So like I have to preserve my voice for those 2 days. I'm going to take some hot tea and some cough drops and some Tylenol because I always have a fucking headache. But we're definitely going to, figure something out. Release superstars have been announced for WWE 2K22. There is quite a few release superstars. Last week we talked about the Iconics t-shirt. Nia Jackson's now been confirmed. John Morrison. Keith Lee has been confirmed. There's quite a few names that have been released that are still in the game, 2K did release a statement, I believe after Wyatt's release, and they just kind of said, we're not going to be taking all these people out of the game. It's just kind of over at this point. Like they did release a statement and say that. I don't remember where I read that statement. It was a really long time ago, but they did say that. So I'm really happy to see that we are still going to get Nia and Keith and the Iconics. I'm really excited about the Iconics. I'm really excited about the Iconics. I hope we got a new Iconics entrance. I'm really excited about the Iconics. Oh, they weren't even the Iconics when they left, were they? Whatever. AJ Styles versus Edge has been rumored for WrestleMania. And again, if this match is happening, I couldn't have picked a better WrestleMania to go to. This is a dream match. Like, and I know I always have to say I need to sit on the floor. WrestleMania is my one exception. I will 100% not be sitting on the floor for WrestleMania because the seat that I got, it's not even on the floor. Like, all the floor seats are sold out for night one. I'm kind of like in the rafters, but not in the rafters. Like, on the, I can't really describe it, but that ticket was still like $480. So just imagine how much the floor seats are, and I'm sitting all the way up here, and the seat was $480. So I'm definitely not sitting on the floor. It's not even an option. It's not happening. It's not happening. Yes, if they do have a match at WrestleMania, this would be a great match. It is a great dream match. I definitely hope we get this. And hopefully we get it for like the United States title. Maybe AJ beats Damian down in the future after the Chamber. And then they start setting up Edge versus AJ Styles. Mia Yim has made a post stating that don't be concerned and she'll be returning back to the ring in March. I guess they just bought a new, her and Keith Lee just bought a new home, and so she just said that she's basically just trying to get their home together before she returns to the ring. So she said, please be expecting her in March. She will be on her way. Samoa Joe has been announced for the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Samoa Joe, much like Daniel Bryan, much deserved. Very well earned. Shout out to Samoa Joe. Shout out to Daniel Bryan for going into the Ring of Honor Hall of Fame. Let's just jump into AEW. First, I want to say who knocked on Malachi's door. Everybody's saying it might be Buddy Murphy. It might be Buddy Murphy. If it's Buddy Murphy, that would definitely bring their story completely full circle. I'm definitely excited to see who it is that has knocked on Malachi's door. I do hope it's Buddy Murphy. That would be completely great storytelling, and I just can't wait to see what happens with that. CM Punk will face MJF in a dog collar match, and I believe this is only the second dog collar match they've ever had in AEW, with the first one being with the first one being Brody versus Cody Rhodes. I believe Cody won that one. I don't remember who won that one, but they will be facing off in a dog collar match. It looks like we'll also be getting Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson in a match. Bryan is still trying to get this tag team or this faction going with Moxley, and Moxley basically told him, hey, look, I'm not saying yes, I'm not saying no, but we have to bleed together before we can team together. And Daniel Bryan just kind of smiled, and so I definitely think we're going to get a knockdown, drag-out match between those two, possibly at Revolution or in the coming weeks for sure. I just want to say Daniel Bryan has been operating on a completely different level. Since he's went to AEW, he has not had one bad match. He just won Best Technical Wrestler of the Year for the 10th time in his career. The 10th time. People are literally calling this award the Daniel Bryan Award. He just won it for the 10th time. He's just a complete monster. Every match he wins a different way. He's using moves I've never seen him use because, I was introduced to him more as Daniel Bryan than Bryan Danielson. He's using moves I've never seen him use, and I'm just really impressed. And just as somebody that is one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, it is really exciting to watch him doing this, operating on a completely different level. Darby Allin is somebody who is a really good character, and I say enjoy him while he's here. Darby Allin will not be wrestling long with the way he just carelessly throws his body around. Like, it's almost like Jeff Hardy, but worse. Like, I feel like Jeff Hardy cared about his body more than Darby Allin cares about his body. Like, he literally just throws himself around, and I know that's the reason everybody loves Darby, but love him now because he won't be around for long at all. It does look like we're getting Adam Cole versus Hangman Adam Page at Revolution. It also looks like they're kind of building Adam Cole and the Red Dragon faction with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. It looks like they're pretty much building them versus Kenny Omega and the Bucks at some point in the future. So it's really interesting to see where that story goes as well. There's actually a lot of good storytelling going on in AEW right now. Another thing that people pointed out in AEW is that Cody's little entrance thing is no longer there. So they're saying, oh yeah, it's confirmed his little entrance thing is not there. That little tube thing that he had that would raise up when he come out. Everybody was pointing out that that was no longer there. So they're saying, oh yeah, it's definitely confirmed that Cody's gone. It's definitely confirmed that Cody's gone. And Cody actually had to release a statement Thursday morning because AEW's ratings had dropped. And I guess people are not watching now because Cody's not there. And I'm like, y'all literally just didn't like Cody Rhodes. So, like, this is really confusing to me because y'all literally just didn't like Cody Rhodes, turned Cody Rhodes heel, all this other stuff, and now everybody's on this Cody Rhodes bandwagon. It's a little preposterous to me. Miro has been cleared. I didn't even know he was injured, but I did just read he was cleared. It is possible that Lana is on her way to AEW with Miro. I wouldn't be surprised if CJ Perry Lana did, go ahead and make that leap over to AEW with Miro, or she could go to Impact. Impact is pretty much like slightly a women's promotion in Moose. Like, women are running wild on Impact, and please make sure you guys check out No Surrender after Elimination Chamber on Saturday. That will be taking place Saturday night. Elimination Chamber is going to be a great show. I also feel like Impact No Surrender is going to be a great show, so definitely take a peek at both of those. Ronnie Gargano have welcomed their baby boy, born today. Shout out to them. Congratulations. I believe his name is Quill. So happy birthday to him and congratulations to Johnny and Candice. It is interesting to see if we'll be getting Johnny back in the ring soon and how long it takes Candice to get back in the ring. I'm not rushing her because, she did obviously just have a baby today, literally. Speaking of getting back to the ring after having a baby, Lacey Evans said that she's on her way. She's coming and she is looking great. Lacey is jacked, looking better than ever. I cannot wait to see Lacey Evans come out and say, Lord, I used to love when she did that. Lord, what did she used to say? Lord, help him. Lord, look at him. Something she used to say. I don't remember what the fuck she used to say. I love Lacey Evans and her little Southern Belle sayings. I absolutely love Lacey Evans. Now let's get into our Elimination Chamber predictions. For the first match, I'm just going to go ahead with the actual Elimination Chamber itself. And we got Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory versus AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. In this match, I have either Brock, Seth, or Bobby winning. Is that cheating? Do I have to give you just one? In that match, I have Brock winning. And I think they're going to do this whole title unification thing at WrestleMania. I really don't want them to unify the titles, but I guess they're going to be unifying these titles at WrestleMania. Next up, we'll just go from the top of the card to the bottom. We got Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. And for this match, I'm just kind of hoping Roman Reigns squashes Goldberg and get his ass out of here. This is his last contractual match. I almost wouldn't be surprised if WWE trolled us and had Goldberg win. Like Bully Ray said, have him win and then have Roman win it back on Friday. I almost wouldn't be surprised if they trolled us and did that. But I definitely have Roman Reigns going over on Goldberg. Next, we have Becky Lynch versus Lita coming out of retirement. And I definitely have Becky Lynch for this match. I definitely hope they still do something with Lita. It did come out that she said they didn't really have much plans for her after this. But I definitely hope they find something for Lita. We definitely need a nice, solid Lita run. Please. Next up, we got the Viking Raiders versus the Usos. And I'm going to go ahead and say the Usos. I don't see the Usos losing the titles until maybe WrestleMania with Roman Reigns. Have all of them lose the titles on the same night. And then, maybe Roman can blame the Usos that he lost the titles because he wasn't focused or something of that nature. I'm not really sure. but I don't have the Usos losing the titles until WrestleMania, maybe. Next, we got Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte Flair and Sonia Deville, Cruella Deville. Ain't that what name we call her? I got Naomi and Ronda winning. I got Ronda pinning Sonya or something of that nature, making Sonya tap out. I'm not really sure how that's going to go, but I definitely have Ronda beating Sonya Deville. Next, we got the Women's Elimination Chamber with Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Doudrop, Piper Niven, Nikki Ash, and the returning Alexa Bliss. In this match, I definitely got Bianca Belair, but I would not be mad if Alexa Bliss won this match. The only reason I really want Bianca Belair to win this match is because I definitely feel like Bianca has not lost to Becky Lynch clean. Becky has cheated to beat Bianca every single time, and she needs her revenge from how she lost at SummerSlam. They definitely have to give that match to Bianca Belair. Next, we got Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss with Baron Corbin. I definitely have Drew McIntyre going over on this. You know what? Actually, because I've seen reports of Madcap Moss facing or Baron Corbin facing Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania. So actually, I'm gonna say Madcap Moss is going over on Drew McIntyre with the help of Baron Corbin. And then that'll set up the Baron Corbin versus Drew McIntyre match at WrestleMania. I honestly can't wait for Baron Corbin to just turn on Madcap Moss and turn back into the Lone Wolf. Like, I kind of don't really like this whole happy Corbin, happy to be here. I don't really like it at all. Next up, we got Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. I definitely got... For this one, I say this was a little tricky. I think I got Miz going over on Rey Mysterio. I don't know if Dominic's going to turn on him. I don't know what's going to happen. I feel like maybe Miz is going to go over with either the help of Maryse or with the help of Dominic. But if not, if nobody interferes or nobody gets involved, I don't even see Maryse. I don't think Maryse is even going to Saudi Arabia. So I think Rey Mysterio might... I got Miz winning. I got the Miz winning. I don't know. I got Miz. But that is all I have for the predictions. And then for tonight's SmackDown, we got a contract signing with Ronda Rousey and Naomi. Will sign the contract for the Saudi Arabia Elimination Chamber match with Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. Also, we got Roman Reigns goes face-to-face with Goldberg tonight. And also, Shinsuke Nakamura defends the Intercontinental Championship against Sami Zayn. There is spoilers everywhere out there. So if you've not seen the spoilers, I would definitely not spoil it for you here. But there is spoilers out everywhere. If you have seen the spoilers, that contract signing was wicked. But I'm sure they're going to edit that out. Otherwise, that is all I have for today's show. I'm really fucking excited. We are going to WrestleMania. We will definitely have vlog 4 and 5 with WrestleMania, and then also the SmackDown after WrestleMania. I'll also be doing collabs beginning in March. If you are a wrestling fan and you want to come on the podcast via Zoom and talk some wrestling, please reach out to me on Instagram and we can definitely set something up because I will be doing collabs, turning the corner for that in March. Thank you guys so much for listening, and I will see you on Monday for the vulnerability episode because I did not drop that this past Monday, and I did explain why on my Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for the subscriptions, the likes, the comments, everything. Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate you, and I will see you all on Monday.
That nigga cold, dog. I got a cold shoulder for a fuck nigga if you prove he a mob. I'm pulling up the hammer. I threw an X on the banner. She ain't there throwing that ass at me, but I when I fuck up, she bama. She call me Billy like badass. I call her Billy like Jean. I never slack on the fast cash, even the jacket is jean. If it's a problem, I'm coming direct. I ended up making a scene, cause I've been through hell in a cell, but that's what it take to be king. And bitch, I'm that damn